Well, hello! And how are you, me lovelies? And I'm doing something a little different. Something crossed my mind the other day. For moulding resin parts. I'm always one for trying to cut down costs, and anyway, I guess you gather the material, but not quite how we're using it yet. But I've been buying latex, and to some degree it's still good if you'd stick with the proper latex for mould making, but found a cheap way to keep costs down for just basic parts moulding, if you follow me, and see where we go with it. But I think it works out at about total cost for your mould outlay. Apart from the resin, you'd have to get resin anyway, but this way total cost for your mould outlay would be about £2.35 for a pack of 4 tubs of Play-Doh, and about £1 something at a pound shop for silicone spray for your mould release. Anyway, here we go. Onwards. Anyway, here we are, and here's the product responsible that I'm going to be using for moulding. And just good old everyday Play-Doh. I like the smell of this, brings back childhood memories. I only ever had one set as a kid. I think it was one that you squeezed through something and it grew. Happy days. Anyway, here we are. We take it out the tub, and then basically just roll it into a ball, and then put it flat on the bench, on a mat or whatever floats your boat. As long as it's flat, you've got to remember you have to have it flat, because the resin being liquid will find its own level. For those of you that did science shit at school, you know that a basic theorem, or whatever it is. You know, whatever floats your boat, guys. Anyway, we're going to be moulding the front off this pickup. It's nearly always missing or broken. Not very often you find this model with a decent grill on it. And what we're doing, we're just stubbing its nose into the Play-Doh, and depending on the sheet, how many you want to make, just keep going along. Try and keep it level and not twitch it about too much. My spazzy hands work quite well there. Little bit of Play-Doh stuck in the front, that didn't harm anything. And here we are, it's PU casting resin. For those of you, you can pause it if you want. And silicone spray for a release agent, just spray it into your mould. Whatever you're using as a mould, it helps. And there I am, I'm just pouring the resin in. The PU moulding resin that's used for modellers. You mix it in a 50-50 mix, so it's easy to use. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible for anyone that wants to make parts. Basically making it as easy as play school. Can't have much easier than that 50-50 mix of the resins. And here I've put some into my big banger mould. That's an instance where you couldn't use Play-Doh. You'd have to have the proper moulding resin. But things like this front bumper flat pieces, I'll need to do some cutting and shaping to the rear of it to make it fit into the truck, but it's only sanding and grinding and stuff. Being careful, just normal modelling techniques. See, that's where you need silicone moulding. The Play-Doh definitely wouldn't do that. But it's horses for courses, you have to think what each material will and won't do. It's just a way of saving money, rather than spending money you don't need to. And here, we're just gonna pull them out. Now we've tested them on the silicone mould. And it's stained on blue off the Play-Doh. And left a small trace of Play-Doh on it, but that wasn't too detrimental, as you'll see in the frames ahead. You see, I do this shit so other people don't have to. And here we are, I'm sure you're ready to find out what the results were after the parts were washed. I give them a scrub with a toothbrush and normal hand soap, just to get rid of the excess Play-Doh and the silicone mould release. I think, to be honest, they did work without the mould release. And there we are, there's where we got to. It's moulded it quite good, it'll be good cut down. And it's workable for stuff like this, grills, where you can just plonk something in and out again. It's nothing too complex moulding, but it saved me money on pouring resin out. The resin, even just making a mould for this, it'd have been much more expensive, and I'd have had either that or it's longer, because I'd have to mould one, let it dry, mould one, let it dry, mould one, let it dry, whereas in this, I just stabbed the front end in 6 times. Well, 5 times, and I've moulded 5 in one go. So it cuts down a lot of time if you're moulding it multiple times. It's just another weapon to your armoury, if you will. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it was informative. Hope somebody will use it out there in the future. Bye for now. Take care. Thanks to all my subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, why the hell not? Press that subscribe button. Press the bell button for notifications. And just as good a thumbs up, so people say. Bye for now and take care. Tatty bye, people. Tatty pie.